smashed ice, vagabonds and marriages, that's gone wrong. Glory, death, and coffee shops, TV categories called reality, polluted nature by corrupt ministries. We're all passengers. Let loose on the train. Have fun, don't stay sane. It's a part of the game. Ooh, ha, that rumbling sound. In every building, a gamer and a drunk. Green parks with shitting dogs. Hey policeman, I'm in 3 modern families. Faster, slower, shades on, hit the gas. Higher, lower, get into the control room. Don't get older. We're all passengers. We're toxic containers. Let loose on the train. Have fun, don't stay sane. It's a part of the game. Ooh, ha, abstainers, maintainers, rangers, gainers, entertainers, campaigners, retainers. Let loose on the train. Have fun, don't stay sane. It's a part of the game. Let loose on the train. Have fun, don't stay sane. It's a part of the game.
It's gonna be hard, but you can take it. Want you to cry, then you will fake it. Give it a beat and you will shake it. The finish line and you'll make it. Don't you let it get you down. Just keep getting up when you hit the ground. Don't you let it get you down. Just keep getting up when you hit the ground. Gotta be real with it. Never give up, never, never give up. Never give up, never, never give up. It's gonna be hard, but you can take it. Want you to cry, then you will fake it. Give it a beat and you will shake it. The finish line and you'll make it. Don't you let it get you down. Just keep getting up when you hit the ground. Don't you let it get you down. Just keep getting up when you hit the ground. Gotta be real with it. Never give up, never, never give up. Never give up, never, never give up. Never give up.
there was no music. Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto Charts with Road Dog. My name is Lane, your Crypto Road Dog. Tonight we're taking a look at Solana. There seems to be a narrative forming around Solana. I find it very interesting. First, there was this guy. Some of you guys might know him. Says, where are my Solana soldiers at? He is now the self-proclaimed, I don't know what rank, some kind of commander over the Solana soldiers. So first it was XRP, and now oh, wherever the views are, I suppose. Solana's dead, folks. I'm sorry, there's no way around it. Some people are launching back, I guess. Ben Armstrong, but he put out a video this morning. Very interesting there. But it's not just that. So that was the first thing, Solana, that I saw, right? Then we got this article. This chart is pro Solana. Is it time to sell ETH for Sol? Well, I guess James from Invest Answer is probably very excited right now. Probably can't stand up straight right now. Seeing people talk about Solana. He really likes Solana. Me, I'm just, I got some. We'll see what happens. I've had it for a while. And then we also, let's see what this chart says. Okay, so we got a breakout of a trend line. Okay. I mean, that's a good start. This is, and I guess this is to ETH. Is that right? Solana to Ethereum. So there may be something to look at. We might check it out if anyone is interested. Where is the other one? There's one more article. Well, anyway, this says this chart is pro Solana, and then we got, could Solana hit $30 as it continues to thrive? Here's why. So what is this narrative forming around Solana? We know it was a VC's favorite. We know it's Sam Bankman-Fried now made a research and wrecked it. I mean, they just manipulated the crap out of it. So BitBoy today revealed in his video, it's just rumors or word of mouth from someone supposed to be an insider because he has those connections like Mr. X and everything. Guaranteed that we were going to 100,000. But so according to him, and he's just throwing it, he's not actually putting validity behind it. He says he doesn't know, so I'm not saying that but he did talk about it. But makes you think that all those times with Solana when the blockchain paused and stopped, well, supposedly there's some kind of insider information that's when Alameda Research and all that were moving funds off the record. I don't know. Wouldn't put it past them. So, I mean, and if that's the case, I mean, that sucks. That means they're clearly can control the blockchain. So if it can be done once, it can be done again. But, so does that mean that it should be running smoother now that no one's manipulating it in that way? I don't know. Solana, here the price is $23. This post is for subscribers only. Everybody wants a subscription. You will own nothing and be happy. This is Solana, the real chart right here. So what's going on with it? What do I see? I see a trend line right there that we didn't even make it down to. I mean, she's been going kind of slightly parabolic. There's our secondary trend line right there that we're respecting. Flirting with this big Ichimoku cloud here on the 2 hour. MACD though, looks like it is trying to reverse here. It's not official, and it can backfire on you. Don't get too fired up. Don't front run this idea that, oh yeah, it's going to cross and everything's going to be okay, because welcome to manipulation, where you can have that happen. Don't believe me? Well, look, it did it here, did it all kinds of places. So not a good idea to try to front run, especially a lagging indicator. Well, I don't know. I guess you gotta have to front run a lagging indicator at some points, else you will be lagging, you laggard. So Solana, just in a channel. The Ichimoku cloud here, the way that it's kind of upped a little bit higher on the right-hand side here, that could be prepping for it to get a little thinner and go up more, meaning we can get a bounce off of it. If it was like big, thick cloud, and especially if it was underneath it and heavy down here, that's the ones that want to drag you into it. This one, we might skip off of it. You know, it happens. Like happened right over here. Ichimoku cloud's very interesting. And honestly, I mean, I just feel lost without it. It's just in the background, and it just kind of gives me subtle confidence that, hey, yeah, that might work. Or, hey, nah, I got other plans for you, baby. Watch what happens on the real. So, it can bounce off, but, you know, it generally falls through. And the best part about it is when it breaks out of the red and then it just rides above and it keeps a distance from it. And it just keeps riding it. That's what we like. That's why I like the cloud, and that's what we want to see with the cloud. But when we get up to this area and things are getting tired out, we're taking a little break. So is break over? There's a little bit of divergence right here, giving us a little bit of pump up. But it's not that strong. It's actually weak. Really weak. Basically, we got to zoom out just a minute, you know. See where we came from to see where we're going. Ah. This is a whole different picture, road dog. Dang. Paints a different story. When in doubt, zoom out. That's cool, that hill. Alright, Solana, we're in a rising channel, which is typically, you know, a bearish kind of deal. You do see some slight rounding here. It tells me that, I mean, just ain't a possibility. I don't want to jump the gun. I don't think we're anywhere close to that according to these moving averages. The moving averages are looking kind of spiffy. They look a little feisty here on the daily. Market Cypher says we need to get a little bit of a pullback, and yeah, we do, because we shot up and our little green 9 moving average is hidden right under this trend line right there. It's crossed bullshit over the 100. That's great. So the moving averages are looking good. Did have that death cross back in September, not too long ago. And then what happened after the death cross? We pumped like crazy. But our moving averages, pull this up. They're starting to cross nicely, but we still got these underneath. But what we did get is this 366 here. We got the 200 crossing above it, so that's a lot of weight. That's good. Now the cross isn't all that great. I mean, there's not a big angle there to give great strength. But for a pullback, this is the area we'll pull back to. Ichimoku cloud kind of agrees. A lot of time you'll see things like this pull back to the top of those cloud areas. I swear at one time I had a version of Ichimoku cloud that you could actually see the clouds move against price, and I don't know what that was, but it was cool. I used to watch it because as the cloud got closer, the price would go down, and then it moved back and price would go. It was weird. Now it's different. So Solana, could you go somewhere that we could buy you? What's a good bargain zone? Back at 21. Listen, you got a 9 and a 21 moving average. Price is likely to touch one or both of those. And so that's from 2056 up to 2187. And that's just going by the daily. So it kind of spells out that, yeah, we're probably headed right into that cloud. Seeing that our 9 moving average has crossed over the 21 there, so it should come back to the 50, which is where? Right at this magical little box we were just looking at on the daily. So 2158 seems to be the magic number that it wants to target first. Let's see how we match up with our fibs here. That's coming in. Oh, we got a 618 right below it. So it's right below the 50% line. 618 area I think is good at 21.042 is a very good possibility for a pullback there. Definitely. Don't rule out the 786 though. If it comes back to $20, it shit could happen. That's where the 200's at. The 200 moving average is down there. Of course we're going to, if we lose the 100, we're coming for the 200. So if we lose 20, we're coming for 1988. So we got some confluences and targets there. Just depending on how big of a pullback we get. Right now they're trying to pump it up, right? We got news articles. Even got Ben Armstrong falling into it somehow, accidentally or on purpose. Man, are you Illuminati? Are you part of the group? Did you join the secret club after you earned your millions? I'm playing around. See, I was a little too conservative on some of my measurements there. I mean, they hit, but I mean, they just scraped the top. So I've seen it do it on several coins. So that's my 270 hit. My 27's hit. The other ones, Or that might have been a 786. Anyway, I digress. So we broke out of a falling pattern, right? Now this has a good chance to come back to retest the breakout area. Breakout area is actually down at $19. Will it come down that low? No, it doesn't have to. It could go up to this area. This is a good support resistance flip right here at 2061, and it kind of corresponds with the other marks we got there. So we got some good confluence that we're coming back to this area. So if you feel like you missed the boat on Solana, hey, I think you're going to get a chance. The other option, and I guess what they're hoping for, is that this is a bull flag. And I mean, it looks beautiful. It does. They just don't always work. But if it does work, it'll be a nice one, because that'll take us up here to right around my other targets. Let's go ahead and mark that baby. That's 2968. So there's a little confluence, and probably where the guy's getting the article that, hey, we're headed toward $30. I did not actually read that or anything. I just kind of found it right before. I'm just like, I needed something for a thumbnail, and everybody's talking about Solana, so I went with Solana, and that's why we're talking about Solana. There it is. That is the whole gist of the Solana thing, and we haven't looked at it in a while. So we got a measure move. I want to mark this measure move magically, and so I won't forget where it came from. It came from the flag. So that would be cool. I mean, if it happens, the moving averages say, nah, it ain't happening. Moving average is saying we're going down to the 50. So that's what I say, or that's what the charts tell me. But if it does go up there, that's just a 24% move. Now I'm sure there are a lot of perp traders out there. You can see this area right here that we got a little hiccup at, right? And we'll have problems getting through there. Probably if you turn on the VP, there's probably a lot of congestion up through here. Yeah, right above it right there. After that, it's not too bad, is it? Getting past this little point over here, it's pretty much smooth sailing on up to about $30. So if it can ever get past this area where it's struggling at 24, we can get past there. It'd be a nice easy shot. And the moving averages, they're slowly lining up for a move. I just think we're getting a pullback before then, and I could be totally wrong. Come back and say, Road Dog, you suck. You did totally the opposite. Maybe because, you know, look what the indicators are saying. 4 hours got the green dot. Ooh, the green dot. I mean, it's got other things going on too. Everything's starting to point to the upside there. So if 4 hours doing that, let's flip over. Let's use the 424 method. So by that rule, and this works, Jason Casper's not lying on this. This is a good strategy. Well, shout out to Jason Casper on this. I don't ever hear him talk about it very much anymore. But as soon as a green dot prints on this 24 minute, that's a buy signal, and it usually plays out beautifully. So maybe, geez, are we going to see a move out of Solana tonight? According to that strategy, my goodness, that could happen. But man, we're under the 200. It has got to do a Hail Mary to make something like that happen. It really does. So curious. Maybe something there. I may try to look at that. It's a great strategy. It does work. So if we're in the current 4 hour, we get it, and then we are looking for the next 24 minute. And it may take this one a while. So how long do we have in the 4 hour? Okay, so we've only got 39 minutes left in this particular 4 hour. So that will confirm it, and then the next 24 should be it. Unless possibly it may have already hit. Would it have? I'm pretty sure he waits for a confirmation, but even if he didn't wait for a confirmation, this one came in at about 8:30, and that was a pump. That was the pump. I guess it got everybody riled up to $23, or it was 23. What am I on? 24 minute? Jeez. I'm gonna watch this. Our moving averages. I mean, I can see it. I can't see it just really taking off by the moving average strategy. So, shout out to everyone here tonight. And whether you're watching this live or watching this recorded later, hey, appreciate you. And if you can possibly, to help the channel, tell more people find out about us, and hopefully to help scare some people in crypto, because there's a lot of misinformation out there. I'm trying to prevent factual information. I try to document, back up where I say I get things. Patternside.com. Hint. Steer people in the right direction that are trying to learn how to do this themselves.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
But I appreciate you being here for the late night streams. We just kind of chill, look at charts, and whatever you guys want to look at. I got a few coins I've been trying to go over for a couple of nights, and I'm getting in edgewise. There's not too many left. So that's what I'll be slipping in there. And I just lost the chat. It's coming back to the chat here. So we got DeFi guy in the house, man. We got Joel Garcia, Crispy Chicken. Hey, there's my admin over at the Telegram group. There's talk of an inverted head and shoulders. So see one on the weekly. Oh, we're talking about Solana. You know, when they tilt down like that, I really don't pay them any attention. Now there's this one that slants up. I mean, I guess that's what I mean. That would, you know. Overall, when it comes to head and shoulders, a lot of time, I think a lot of people don't actually get the neckline just right, and so you could actually just go by the outside of the patterns. Most of them turn out to be symmetrical triangles or something like that. Sometimes channels. Now that one, but when we look at it, we got more of a symmetrical triangle. And then again, these, I mean, that's the full measure move. You're looking about close to half of that by Bukowski's statements, and that's kind of closer to where we came. So especially the slanted ones, the ones that play out best, I'll put it this way, the ones that play out best are near level. Kind of like the one we're set up for with Bitcoin at that 25,005 or whatever it is. Yeah, both of them coming back to that same spot. We're set up perfectly for a really nice head and shoulders that could really dump us. So the complete measure move says that we come down to here. And what I like that hit. Thomas Bukowski, if you ever got a question about a pattern, if you want to learn just how to trade that, he's got everything here. Love this guy. I mean, and it's free. I love the people that just, you know, they're so passionate about it, they just throw it out there for free, man. I mean, and then you got others that are taking all his information and they're charging like $2,000-$3,000. It's just wild, and everybody wants to pay it, or not everybody, but you know, a lot of people do. Okay, we're looking for head and shoulders. So what I'm getting here is I'm going to show you the percentage meeting price target. Okay, So what this means is that when you take a measure move, you apply this multiplier to that measure move. So we go back over here and we got this measure move. Technically it is from that wick down to this neckline, and if you really wanted to do it right, you would say it's that. And actually that's got a good little retest right there. So we got this full measure right there, right? Well, the easiest thing is, we'll just take a fib. It's 100% scale from 0 to 100. Go down to the 50% mark, which is what you see me guesstimate there. Take that, put it where price. Usually where, sometimes I find if you put it where, if like it goes back in or breaks back out, to put it at there, it's more accurate. And see, here we haven't hit it. Now, does that mean that we still could hit it, or that we just came close? Well, hard to say. And sometimes it does take them a minute to play out, but a lot of times these measure moves are fairly accurate. Now, a lot of them, they're spot on. So that's interesting. So there is a measure move. Let's mark that and see if it ever hits. Do it for science. For science, man. For science. So we got the little line here. Measure move, and this is from, I'm going to say, this is a slanted head and shoulders, so I know which one, because, well, they're both slanted. Now there's this one we could look at right here too, but it's slanted too. So it's when you do the extremes of it, I mean, you really got more of a channel. So that measure move, take half of that. That would bring us down to our juicy little buy zones close to 21. Maybe head and shoulders work. Of course, we're on the 24-minute chart here. And it appears that we started out as a symmetrical triangle, which broke to the downside, retested, and now we're on the secondary trend line, or this, the secondary trend line. That's what we're testing off of right now. And so far, it's holding. But if it breaks, well, I don't see much happening. Very good. You got the 100 that crossed over the 200. To me, it looks like rejection here that we are headed down. So that's what I'm saying with Solana. I'm still sticking with it. But I do see the argument for the $30 Solana. It's just the other indicators are saying, nah, baby. Nah, we got other plans. If I'm wrong, hey. Well, I'll learn something. But that's what it says, man. That's what it tells me. A little bit of divergence. I'm looking for divergences now. Nothing there's no bearish divergence there. Well, I mean, there is a little bit right here, but I mean, nothing, not like we're seeing like as when this thing was coming up, and we definitely had our indicators going to the downside on the RSI. But the bullish stuff is, I mean, there is. Our price is going up and it is flattening out there. But it's not your typical divergence. It's a backwards thing. So it's like the opposite of exaggerated, which is extremely weak. So does that mean extremely strong? Well, I think if it did, we would have already seen that big humongous bounce. And regular divergence is your strongest. And it's not quite there. It's trying to, but it just didn't do it. Well, that's enough time for Solana. What else we got here? Come back to the chat. Stricker says, Road Dog's man, today's been a busy day. Stream in the morning, did a video which took about 4.5 hours, and then the stream tonight. So yeah, kind of busy. I got behind schedule. Chris says, both like currently, but it's near upper resistance neckline of the head and shoulders. Yeah. Chris is getting savvy on the charts, man. He's been learning a lot. You see him chart now. He's like a pro now. He's got it. No, you got it, baby. So according to when you first joined the Telegram group, according to him, you know, he was not very comfortable with it at all. And he'd throw out a few little things, you know, and you could tell he was learning, but now he throws it out and it's like, hey man, it's like, now he's been doing this for a while. It doesn't take long to get a good grasp of this. And Chris, I think he's got a good grasp. And I think some of the resources that we've got in the Telegram group, they're available. That's what he was using, and whatever else. He may have other stuff that he does too. I don't know. I'm not a guru. I'm not an end-all teacher. I'm not trying to sell you on the trading group. I'm just saying, hey man, I got some information. If you're looking for courses, I got courses over there. If you're looking for stuff from other trading groups, there's, or let me say that correctly, some other material other than the videos that I make. I've got some stuff over there. Some very educational material and links and books and all kinds of stuff. Software. I can give you where your software come from so you can check it. It's safe. It's for GAN software. And then we got the CoinTrends bot over there, the big unit spot over there. Marco Shin, hey, welcome, man. Strega says, I totally degen in the half peppy. It flopped hard over just one leg. Strega and half peppy, man. I'm telling you. He loves that coin. Peppy community has not been flopping, but they've been running. Grab them frogs. Chris says, I started learning this year on the Road Dog Telegram group. And I'm glad to have you over there, Chris. And hopefully others will follow suit. I'm trying to talk Chris into start posting some chart setups. And he has a little bit. He's getting there. He's getting where he wants to. He can do it. He can do it. He can see what needs to be seen. Now you just gotta get comfortable with it. And just step by step. The more you're around, the easier it gets. And it's just like with YouTube, man. It's like, oh my God, everything's overwhelming at first, and you just learn a little as you go. And I mean, video editing, my gosh. I do better video editing than I do music editing. I still never figured out how to adjust the time to match the time that I've got on the track with a different, I don't know. Somehow I miss something key when it comes to understanding how to use Reaper. But funny, I can do some of the same stuff in Premiere Pro. All right, so we talked about Solana. There are a few coins that I'm going to take another look at. VRA is one, and I don't know, someone requested that earlier. I don't think I looked at this, but I know it's on my list to look at. I think we looked at Velo earlier today. So VRA, we looked at it a few days ago. Oh, baby, look at that. That's been a couple of days. Did we look at it before or after the pump? Either way, it doesn't matter. This guy needs some respect. Put some respect on it. Looks like something's cooking. Chef ain't even in the house yet. So man, those indicators are hot. Hot. Definitely not time to buy this. No. So, well, I mean, VRVP, it's a cool indicator. I think it's only available if you get the professional version of TradingView, but they also, I think that the regular accounts have access, and I know some of the exchanges do that use TradingView on their, to chart your coins on the exchanges. You can always look for it there. You can use the tool fixed trading volume profile and get the same effect. You just draw it out over the section you want to go over, and it'll give you the indications based on that area. This one over here changes. It just depends on how much of the screen you show it with all the candles and stuff. So actually you can kind of pinpoint and rely on this a little bit better. Just go ahead and take that off. Get rid of some of the noise on my screen here. So from here to here, she broke out of the zone, and this is a value area high, value area low. If you've ever seen Frankie Candles, he goes over this a lot, talks a lot about this. And then your point of control. A lot of people I mean, it's a good indicator. Jason Casper, I think, uses it a lot too. Good for range trading, especially good for range trading. But I would expect us to pull back from 0.00064 back to this area, and more than likely right here. I think it's nailed it right there at the 9 moving average, which crosses the 200, and then we've also got our point of control there. Right there is perfect. 0.005268 is where I see a pullback coming for that, and will that stick? That's also at the 618. That's perfect for a retracement. So are you planning there may be a bigger move coming upon here? Looks very possible. If the moving averages can kind of catch up a little bit with the 200. Let me do a few little things here before I do that. Just want to mark a few little key areas there. And this little guy's a 786. I keep him oh, I can't see that. So veracity, I mean, getting a pullback, but then where from there, right? Well, we got this area right here that we're looking at, and was that part of our value? Yeah, no, this is our area high. That was one of our fib levels, right? I didn't blue. It throws me off when it's blue. I keep these things color coded to keep track of them. So right here is a great target. This major 618 that we got from swing high to swing low for the whole move on veracity. And here I'm on. I think I'm on Perpetual's future chart. There's probably a more richer price history that may even be more accurate. There is a possibility for it to shoot up to 1.3 cent. I mean, not all at once or right off the bat or anything, but eventually for this whole move, this is where it's going to be wanting to go, is up to hit this target. And that's a good 142% move. Now, in my opinion, I think that's going to take a little while. We're on a daily chart here. And it took it pretty much all year just to get to the point where it just blasted off. Now, it could take it, another 6 months or something to finally reach this point up here. So, to me, it's a longer-term play. A little on the slow side, unless you get about nice pumps like this and catch them at the right places. Let me get some of this stuff off my screen so we can see what we're talking about here. So, in other words, I see more of a pullback, likely for a pullback to this area, and then start, regaining this area, whatever it does, and then eventually make it up to these other areas. So, given that, if you can do a trade setup there, and also if that actually is our top for this move, right here will be our target. And I like this. If you can just wait for these to come back, and depending on will it be the 21 that it hits? I mean, if it bounces here off the 618 that we talked about and where this line is, and this, if this actually holds support in this area right here, that may be a hell of a move. Let's go over this first. The key areas that you want to look for just like it's on moon mission right now is this area, especially this area. If we hold this, it's got a good shot. Just keep on trucking without a pullback. And possibly this area, 382. These two fib areas, very good for determining if, hey, is this over? Or are we about to get a correction? Or our correction will be the 618. And so I'm looking for correction because I think we saw that in the smaller time frames, if I'm not mistaken. This is the daily time frame. It looks nice. Oh hell. Well, the 4 hour looks nice too. It's got lots of bearish divergence where price is coming up and our indicators are coming to the downside. especially the RSI. That is the main one. Also, the wave table's coming to the downside too. Money flow is going like crazy. 382 may be it. Let's look at this on the 4 hour. These are spread apart, but this is a big, strong move. So the easiest way I can tell you is if it ever loses the 9, it's getting weak, and we're doing a minor correction, and we'll pull back to the 21 moving average. Did you just now start doing it? Or am I freaking out? Okay, so it's flirting with the 9 right now. If it loses it, you know, it's going to try to look at the 618 or the 236, and this may come up to meet it, or it may drop down to it, whatever. But if it bounces off the 21, this move's still going. If it loses the 21, well, then we got a correction. We're coming back to the 50, which is also Fibonacci says 618, and then we got to concentrate on these zones. But Veracity may do something like that. I don't know if we can get a wave count. According to this model, this could be the wave 5 and it going for an ABC correction. Could be, I guess. We got you're counting your 1 way over here. That's kind of oddball to me. See, Elliott wave? It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. It's up to people's interpretation, because I wouldn't have been looking at this as being part of the impulse move. Since it came right back, yeah, I would have been counting from here. All right, Veracity. Well, then these targets have a good shot of getting hit if it is trying to go up to the upside. And oh, we got a blue line here. What, a measure move? 0.0078, but I mean, we can get up to 0.0085 on Veracity if it does a little pullback. To me, she's too high. Dog, I'm heavy in the Caspa. Is it rolling over now? I hope so. I mean, not for your sake, but I've been trying to build an... Oh, did you finally break? Did she finally break? Did it make it back into my short zone? This is the power of the 27 fib right here. And sometimes it just goes right and taps it, but it did. It tapped it once, twice, 3 times right there. And that's where I got the short zone. Hey, this is areas to look for shorts on this. And everybody's like, no, you can't short Caspa. And I'm like, well, at some point you can. It doesn't mean that you're giving up on it. It just means, hey, I want to sell what I got here. I want to sell 100 of them here so that I can buy 110 or 115 of them down here and build a bag. That's what. Talking more for like sort of spot. You can do that with leverage too, though. And it is, I'm telling you, to build these portfolios is hard, especially if you've got a lot of coins. It's hard. You can't keep up them and manage them like that. But if you manage a certain one, like a certain coin, and you manage it through these cycles, oh man, you can build some nice bags. Especially, oh gosh, if you get on like low spot margin. And I have not been able to have access to another exchange that has that since I had to leave KuCoin. So it's one of the biggest things I missed because that strategy was working great. It was just perfect for this time of the year and this whole past year. At this part of the market where we're at our bottoms. So Caspa, she broke trend line right there, so is coming down. Does it mean that she's coming down a lot or coming down a little? I'd say the moving averages look really strong here. This is in a bearish pattern. It should break to the downside. It should. But it doesn't want to. And it may not. The only other option is for it to break out to the upside and it will go freaking parabolic. I still think there's a good possibility for that to happen, and the moving averages kind of want to go with that theory, right? I'm just sad that I'm not getting it at these good juicy prices anymore. But if it goes to 7 cents, 9 cents, 10 cents, I'm going to feel like an idiot that, and a lot of people will, that I should have FOMO'd in at the top. I mean, sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't, but if you did FOMO in here and then it does decide to do what it should do with this pattern, and then you might kick yourself. But moving averages look good. The biggest thing, I would zoom out. Zoom out, baby. Any question, zoom out. Let's go all the way out. Weekly confirmed a green dot a couple weeks ago. So is it still in play? Maybe. There is definitely, there's definitely bearish divergence here on the weekly. And that's between this point, and this is what we got. So it's not surprising it's having a hard time recovering there. And then it's got more bearish divergence here. So that's what's keeping it from shooting up. And it should, man, it should retrace, it should, but it is not wanting to. It's being really strong. When you look at it on the weekly, look how far we are from the 9 moving average. Now that's where we could realistically retrace to. It's going to, a good chance to come back and retest that area at what, 0.42, they put in cents, 4.3 cents. So I'm going to mark it here on the weekly. And if it does, that could be a very good, strong, point of support. Notice our 21 is down at my buy zone here, though. So that's going to be its first stop. The second stop, the weekly is a great chart, man. I don't even think I used this to build this. I was using fibs and other stuff. But there's confidence right here. 50 moving average is where we lose this. That's where I'd expect us to come down to. Technically, it can come back around to the areas it started. You can take a measure move and all the other. You're probably not wanting to hear any of this right now. It doesn't mean that it will. I'm just saying those are the signs to look out for. But like I said, the moving average is, especially on the 4-hour, look awesome. Here we don't have enough information. We just now got the 366 moving. So they're stacked up in order. That's what I'm seeing, and on the smaller time frames. And what that tells me is that, I mean, they're not crossing bears. They're all starting to go to the upside. So if all these stronger moving averages keep just slowly moving to the upside, well, the smaller ones are going to go too. They're just going to hang around. They're always going to hang around the 100 and the 50. But as far as the moving average, it is getting a correction. So we're expecting it to drop down to the 200. If it cannot, the cloud suggests that it probably will not hold this current area and lose that 100. And that's down to 4.4. And then again, what we just talked about, 0.43 may be coming, but after that, it may be on the upside. I'm seeing the warning signs, but it doesn't have to end that way. This one could still end up breaking above this area over here. Like I'm talking about, putting that trigger order in about 58. Give yourself some room so you won't get spiked out and caught up in something, and then catch it when it shoots off. That's the safest way I know to play it. And if it goes to 8-9 cents, doesn't matter if you got it at 5.8 cents versus getting it at, right here at 5. It's not going to matter as it takes off. And I think this one can do some. I mean, we'll look back when this was 50 cents and saying, wow, man, that was a bargain. So if you're really heavy in this and it does go south for you, man, you're still in a good project. Yeah, just be patient with it. Give it a chance. Did JOYSTREAM hit your target? Man, after I did that video, I was not expecting it to come down so fast. I didn't see, I didn't see the possibility of coming down that fast. So that was cool, because I've been nibbling at that. But it's the same type setup, right? Is what we're seeing here on Caspa and what we Nakamoto. So I don't know if you can just see one as being a front runner. Oh gosh, I don't know. Let's not do that. Let's so far Caspa is still showing some really strong signs, especially on the 4-hour. As long as it does, I mean, this is not the place to buy at all, in my personal opinion. But it's probably the place to watch and figure out a plan that if this doesn't work out, because remember, this one, a 70% chance this fails. 7 out of 10 times, sometimes a little higher, I think, these fall. So you need to have some kind of plan so you can protect your capital. Let's go check out JOYSTREAM. Somehow I thought we got down to 3. I'm pretty sure that I bought some at 3 something on MEXC. I'm almost positive. I was like, this is a dream come true. It's like Christmas. And so I've been nibbling at some low prices there. Let me make sure I'm not living in an alternate universe here and see where did I actually buy that? It's not a lot. I haven't got a lot over there to mess with right now. Where are you? I'm trying to I'm moving things around. I'm making room for it. I know it's got to be in my trades. Yeah, here we are. Order history should tell me. Yeah, 0.032, 0.034, 0.0389. I got all of them today, and it doesn't show it going below 4 here on MEXC. That's weird. All I know is I got some juicy prizes on it, and it's currently. Well, it's saying 0.3189 over on spot. Is this thing not accurate? Why do I have a different price here? That's concerning. I have no explanation for that. Do I still have MEXC pulled up here? Let's refresh this. I want my charts to be accurate, man. I want accurate prices. Somebody's Oracle needs to get on the ball here. What's up? Unless I'm looking at I bought JOYSTREAM, right? Oh, dude, don't tell me I bought the wrong damn thing. God damn it. Sorry. Forgive my language. I warned people about this. Not to fall for that. I put some order. There we go. There it is. But still, okay. So it's correct. I'm wrong. And that's usually how the world works. I got the crap coin. Do I have some of this though? Oh no, I do have some JOYSTREAM though. Okay, so where did I buy? So great. So I cleared up money and bought the wrong coin. But some of it actually got diverted to the right one. Well, that's great. Okay, I'll sort that out after the stream, and hopefully the other one won't dump on me. I was like, I'm getting this at a great price. But I thought, man, my TE must have sucked if it hit those targets already. Okay, so I feel a little bad, but a little bit better in a way. So it lost this triangle shape, right? This trend line. It lost that trend line. So I do see it coming back to 0.038, which I thought I'd already got it at that price. But maybe I'll get another chance. It's ready to pull back on but the parabola is not broken, so we're still safe as long as this yellow line stays intact. Like I said in the video, a pullback to this area is what I was expecting anyway, and then a very real possibility of shooting to the upside. And here I was, I didn't look at the chart, I was just looking at the prices, and for some reason I was thinking, oh gosh, we've already made it down to here. We are broke parabola and everything. Idiot. And that's how easy it is to lose your butt in crypto and buy the wrong stuff. But I did get, I've got some of this too, so I don't know how I did that. ADD at work right there. Driven to distraction. So now this would still come up mostly to 0.044, but I'm seeing a slow move down to here, but we should be fine. Just like what we looked at on, what was the last coin we looked to see? There's that ADD forgetfulness. Last coin we just looked at, Caspa, was it Caspa? Same thing, see the moving averages? This is on the 1 hour, it's mostly on the 4 hour on it. But how they're just lining up, I got an 800, the 660 something, 366, 200. They're stacked up in order. That's strength, all going to the upside. It's going to, and these are the flimsy ones. These are like two little puppies just running around. They're going to go wherever the big guys go, right? They're going to run with the herd, and the herd is running up. So that's why I felt really confident about getting that video out. There's a possibility that I'm expecting this one, JOYSTREAM, Naka, and Caspa all had the potential just to shoot to the moon to break out of this pattern bullishly. And I'm just trying to get it out there and give people an option of how to play that. If it does, trigger options. Whether you're playing it, setting that trigger option would be awesome. So I got one set. Gotta make sure it's on JOYSTREAM. Chris is in the house. What's up, Chris? Chris says your videos are always entertaining. I hope so. I don't want to bore people. I feel like I bore people with all this stuff, man. You'll see me. I'll get in here and I can spend 30 minutes on one chart, and I'm like, I know some people say, man, well, he just get to the point or quit saying the same thing. I don't know. I just go through the different time frames trying to build the argument, build the story. I need to practice on getting faster, I guess. That's just how I'm seeing it. Trying to look at it from your guys' eyes. I don't really know. You guys might be cool with it. But once they're charted and all set up, we can come to them and and even when we do that, I can't just talk about it for a minute and leave. It seems like I keep going further. Are we through with altcoins? Because I don't know where I put my list. It was just here. There it is. It flew off the table. All right, live here. I want to look at live here. LPT. Can we do quick? Let's try to do quick analysis. It'd be smart if I could do this where I could actually turn these live streams into video and save me so much time. But I get carried away on live streams, man. It's just, I don't know, just how I am. Live here broke out falling wedge. It's more of a steep one, but it's not at a steep angle, so it's got a good chance at least coming back up to the top of it, right? Right around $10, which is juicy. Live here. There's my conservative box. Did we hit anything in that box? Doesn't always hit. It's yummy when it does, but that's a myth. Road dog, you suck. The targets don't get hit on those low ones. They don't always. But if you're watching the charts, you should catch it though. If you're really wanting to get into it. So we got two touches here on the 4 hour, giving us hopefully a trend line that will stick. I'm a big fan of angles like Gann, although Gann is very picky about the 45-degree angle. I need to do some Gann Bitcoin analysis with some of the Gann tools. So I'm going to this little catch right here and then kind of match just loosely, just a line. It's not the line, but we are getting a little resistance in that area. Oops. That should be right. Control right. Press control, make a copy. Just try to look for some confluence of some angles. A little bit right there, so. Are we in a waffle pattern? That would be cool. Are we waffling? Not so much. This angle here looks strong. It looks like it's going to hold just because it seems to have some confluence here in the price action. So I think that will stick. Moving averages are doing some wild stuff over here, though. We got some trouble brewing. Is it trouble brewing? 800's good. The 666 is good, although that could be a target at 536. Gosh, that would suck. You have to break trend. Don't want to see that happen. No. Well, let's avoid that at all costs. The 200 just, she's bearish, though. She's headed down, and that's a lot of weight. 366 just went, it just crossed bearishly over the 366, so that's kind of big for some more downside. Are we getting ready to drop more? Live here, are you going to get some juicier prices? Alright, so I'm going to knock everything out on live here. Let's take a fresh look at this. Just a fresh look, because this is wild. I need to zoom out. When it gets confusing and it looks like a mess, zoom out. Oh, looky there. Boom shakalaka. So I think that's interesting there. I want to keep that in mind. Some nice little rounding accumulation going on right here. Looks like we've got a double bottom at 359 in that area. There could be a retest of the secondary area right there at 427. So I want to mark that with some kind of little thin line. I said I was going to be quick about this, didn't I? It's not happening, is it? Not happening. I start getting into, I want to figure out what the hell's going on. We got Lucy's moving average right up here. The 800 right below it. That's bearish. It's on the bearish trajectory coming down. They're all stacked in order to the downside, and they have been. But it's starting to round out a little bit. We're still in accumulation on LPT, so these areas basically we're kind of in range. So this may be maybe a decent range area, but we're not going to make much headway until we start crossing these moving averages in the right direction. It's trying to now, but I don't think it's got enough strength just to carry on. I think we're still going to be in these ranges with some juicy prices. So apparently these targets, the rubber dogger targets suck. They don't get hit. I think this is a good price. Back down to this low again, between $4 and $5.50, where it's trying not to come back to. I think it's going to get rejected and come back down to these areas. But on the chance that a miracle does happen and these moving averages straighten out and we get above 639 and can hold that area, we might have a little flag there, and I'm not even going to bother drawing it. I'm just going to take the measure move from it. That would take us up to, at least there's confidence that this could happen, move up to 12. It could. It looks like it's going to be a struggle though. So look at our indicators here, and they're wanting to come to the downside. Stochastic's starting to turn a little here. I don't know what's going on there, so keep an eye on that if it's trying to bounce or something. But red dot here, VWAP, that's a big one coming down, and of course money flow's already in the red into the downside. So MACD hasn't officially crossed there. So from the daily, we got an idea. We can come over to the 4 hour, get a better idea. Bearish. It's bearish. So we're getting ready to see if the 50's holding. It's already tested the 100 once there. 21 is, I think she's going to zone out here. I think for the time being, we're going to play with this little zone. What color can I make this? So it's, we'll just make it a gray area. I'm in a gray area. That's in a gray zone right now. I think it looks like it's just going to range through here for a little while, between 5 and 581 is. Can somebody work that area? I mean, it could possibly bounce up here 20%. Not as likely. The little green one can do it apparently, but just in that tight range is 8%. So still an accumulation, but when you zoom out on this little guy, live here, that's really what I look at it for. More of an investor type token. Ichimoku Cloud looks a little, doesn't look too promising yet. So I still think we got a lot more of accumulation. Actually, when you zoom out like to the weekly, zooming out is always best. And we looked at that before, but something along this line, I'm not going to say it's just like this and following that curve, but some kind of slow, gentle accumulation. This sounds like Palmer John Lennon meets Pink Floyd. No, it doesn't. Okay. Getting hypnotized by the music. So some just accumulation of nothing exciting here is all I'm going to say for LP. Hey, look, there's more chat there. I didn't just need to scroll down. Drake said, "That's it. I'm out." What we're talking about? That's been a minute. Marco Sin says, "Keep it nerdy, dog. We love your in-depth analysis. We're getting that masterclass chat." Okay, I'm learning a lot. Hey, I like to hear that. I like to hear people learning something. Strega says, I don't know. Is that... I can't read his emojis exactly yet. All right, so LPT live here. Did we look at Wall Street memes? I think we did earlier today. And remember, I can't remember who it was. Oh gosh, off the top of my head, because I have such a bad memory. But one of you guys was mentioning it. One of you guys got in on this. Was it was it Sultan? It might have been Sultan. I can't remember. So getting something like this with possibly a partial decline there. What I find interesting is, I mean, it's normally a bottoming pattern. This is not usually how I see it form. So I'm wondering, but a possible inverted head and shoulders could be forming. I mean, it's got it's trying maybe. Indicators are saying she wants to go south, that this may not be an idea at all. So I'm going to leave that. Unless it goes up, it can't really complete that pattern. And it shouldn't be here. It should not be here. Now, one little one maybe here. You don't go up and form a bottom pattern. And I see that mistake. I see that mistake taught on YouTube a lot. You don't go up and do an invert. You don't go up and do a bottom pattern. They're bottom patterns for a reason. Just like you don't come down and do a regular head and shoulders. No. Market makers may be having fun. So, hey, let's psych out all the newbies. I don't know what's going on, but no, price doesn't come down and then oh my gosh, we made a head and shoulder. That should not be what it play. I mean, maybe it looks like it. Oh, gosh forbid, and sometimes maybe it does play out a little bit like it. But no. We get on a rant. But a little bit of rounding there too. This is very interesting. But she's losing it on the moving averages. That's what we got. And there's signs saying she wants to come down. I'm not seeing crazy divergence that would just drive it. It's just, I just think it's tired. Just to have the volume to sustain it. At the moment anyway. But she had a good little run, right? But this is one that Token Metrics is talking about as being popular. I'm not saying that they're recommended or anything like that. I really need to spend more time in Token Metrics to understand when they have their list or what they're saying. Like, sometimes me and others do the same thing, talk like they're endorsing it when really they're. They're just saying most trending. So Wall Street memes, Bella Protocol, Veracity, Trust Wallet. So trending doesn't mean that it's just a great pick. Kind of like, I guess, Rep and Augur. I see down, but I don't have any moving averages down there to catch you. It doesn't have enough price history to tell me that. Let's go down to a smaller time frame. Yeah, that one's kind of tricky. Because we got the 100 being bullish and the 50 being bearish. They're just, it looks like sideways crap. Let's take a fib and see where we're at. Sure, get the bottom down here. So at the 382, that's and just under the 382. That just, I get a funny vibe from that. So I don't know how many people owe the coin or if they can manipulate it, but looks like they're just a little shy of pulling this off the way that they're supposed to have it. If you're under the 308, under that, you're coming down to the 50 and probably the 618. So seeing Wall Street memes, I wouldn't. If it doesn't get out of the top of this pattern, if it doesn't get above a nickel, almost 6 cents, if it can't do that and it doesn't look like it's going to, your option is to come down to the bottom of this pattern. It could be at 3 cents. Wherever it falls on this bottom trend line, it's going to be touching this bottom trend line. The only saving grace it might have would be this area here at 4.8. Because it's found support there and just spiked through there before, so this could be a strong area of support, and maybe it will gain some ground and then break out of this pattern, because it should. This has got to be like a 65% chance to break to the upside for a falling channel. And sometimes you might even say they're higher. There are some actual statistics out there, and I've got them posted over in the Telegram group that break down the percentages. I mean, I got something that I've shown here that goes over the triangles. Can't see it from my Mexi girl. But I've got some other statistics from another source. It's not Bukowski's source, but I think they're fairly accurate. Like falling wedges, I swear 9 out of 10 times they break to the upside, and that was their statistic, 90%. And in practice, I agree. But the official statistic from Thomas Bukowski from his studies, 68%. And sometimes you hear somebody, and I know why they do this. I hear a YouTuber, it seems like every pattern that they draw, it's always 68% chance of doing this and 68% chance of doing that. And I know why they're doing that, because they came from the same trading group that I was at. And I think that's the only statistic that guy knew too. It wasn't until I started digging deeper, hey guys. Because I think actually Crypto Savvy was the one who first mentioned Thomas Bukowski, and of course Mitch Ray, he loves Thomas Bukowski too. So once I got, from out of the little trading group, little circle that just keeps recircling the same information, you get to find out where the real information comes from and go study from the real guys. This guy retired at 35 years old, he was like a computer software nerd, and trading is how he retired. Thomas Bukowski, check him out. Pattern trading, this stuff, he broke it down, he analyzed it, and still does it, and put all that out there for free. That I was paying someone pretty much $100 a month to learn regurgitated amounts or Investopedia versions of what's here. So there's the biggest thing about trading groups is probably the community, which you don't have. Does it make sense to pay to join a community? I have mixed feelings, because what they do is it kind of gets set up, it gets its own synergy, and then it's got people helping each other and people teaching other, and pretty much the person that started the paid for group just doesn't have to do much of anything. He's got everybody else doing the work for him and paying him so that they can do the work to bring in more paid people. It's a very elaborate thing. Look at the real estate seminars and how they're set up. That was an eye-opener for me back in the early 2000s when I was trying to get into real estate, which I did, and through those courses, but I saw right off the bat, hey, that's not where the real money is. Seminars is where the real money is. Because those suckers were pulling off $20,000 to $30,000 a night, easy, and then bump it up into the next level because there's other levels. They upsell you. Oh man, the money that the seminars and the training and all that would bring in. And when you break it down, if you just do your own research, all the information is already out there. Real estate and everything. It's wild. But a hustle's a hustle, I guess. Striga says, I forgot to learn anything this whole time. I don't know if I've really done anything. I've just been going in circles here. Road Dogg beat me up and took my money. So no tacos today. Man, Striga is hilarious. I love Striga. Man, Striga is here almost every stream. Just the first one in. I mean, and first one, I think he's the last one out sometimes. Man, Striga's die hard. OG. My respect for Striga. So Striga, my right-hand man. So I got Chris over on Telegram group, and I got Striga on my streams. Gave him a wrench, and you understand there's no obligation for having that wrench. I just want you to know. I mean, it's not like you have to. But I appreciate you being here, but I put no obligations on anybody. We just chilling out and having fun and talking crypto. That's and if this goes somewhere, then it goes somewhere. Next one I'm going to look at is TOMO, and oh gosh, I've already went over my hour. See, this is how easy time gets away from me. TOMO chain's been on a lot of radars. So I'm looking at a lot of things I've seen some other people bring up as, you know, oh, this is getting ready to pump or something. Or things are looking at things with momentum. We'll put it that way. So I'm looking to see if they got momentum, but there's some people out there that just kind of automatically expect them to pump. And I'm telling you, some of this, I'm not seeing those signs. We did get a good one here on the weekly. Moving averages though, why you bending over 9 moving average? Why are you trying to cross the 21? Price ain't gonna keep going up if those cross. That's on the weekly. Daily looks a little bit more promising. I'm on perpetual. I don't want to be on perpetual. I don't think I have enough price history. I want to stick with spot. I mean, spot's the real token anyway, right? We should be charging spot if we really want to follow things. But whatever you're trading, if you're trading perps, then you definitely want to follow that. TOMO chain on spot. Here we go. Now let me zoom back out. So I like that we busted through the red cloud, so that's cool. Was that on? We didn't have enough price history to get any of this. I just got a bunch of lines there. So nice. Some people would call that a cup and handle. I don't, because well, I might. I don't view cup and handles as a bottom pattern. They're not. I mean, scallops. And they can, I don't know. Seems to be a lot of controversy over this pattern now. It's always to the upside, isn't it? No matter. Anything that looks vaguely, if it's got a little flag on it and a little bit of a thing, it's a, I don't go that, but it does have some valid structure to it that we need to look at. First of all, we got this big, huge support resistance area that we are getting rejected off of. So that's our main issue. Cup and handle aside, whatever. Now, if I looked at it, it looks like a funky looking head and shoulders. It looks like somebody with little bitty shoulders, the big old fat head, and 2 shoulders on the right side. It's an alien. Can I do this without messing things up? It looks like a Pac-Man character or a upside down or a jellyfish. I don't know what it looks like, but she looks funky. She looks like up here, like, oh gosh, this thing's getting ready to drop like a rock. That's what it looks like. But that was upside down. So from here, it looks like it's getting ready to do something kind of interesting. TOMO chain. So even the people who call these cup and handles also measure them. If you watch them closely, They measure them as bull flags. They play them as bull flags. And it's always a bull flag measurement. And it could be. And the bull flag measurement comes up to 290. We should probably talk about bull flags, all right? Because you're going to start seeing them more and more. And they sound like they're the most reliable thing. But let's go to Bukowski. Let's get Bukowski's take on bull flags. I can never find my letters. Oh my god, am I not on the right? Chart Patterns Index. He's got several sections here. I'm telling you, you could learn everything you need to know about trading over here. Elliott Wave, he goes over all the stuff, man. This should be your textbook for pattern trading. And pattern trading is, I think it's one of the best strategies out there, pattern trading. It simplifies everything. Everything that everybody else spends so much time trying to figure out, it's all in the pattern. It's in there. It's just a simple condensation of all the other stuff. So we're looking at flags here, right? Bukowski on flags. So I think it's important to look at volume for this stuff. Now he says the volume trends downward. For upward breakouts, the volume should be trending downward about 74% of the time. These things actually break out to the upside 60% of the time. 6 out of 10 times that they will actually play out to the upside. So volume for downward breakouts is down 77% of the time. So we're talking about for bear flags right there. So this is, I mean, this is what it should do. And they can even be like this. So that's the performance result. And the percentage for meeting the price targets for up movement is 46%. So what that means, and here's where I think a lot of the misinformation, or it turns out to be hope. We take this whole measure move, right? And I'm just going from here to there. Really from the start, right here. That's how I would do it. But you also got this whole thing up here. I mean, technically, that should be your flagpole. But the thing is, so he's saying they only meet their halfway mark. And I think a lot of people are setting those high expectations for that, and it can. I mean, it can eventually get up there. But for its initial moves and everything, you're only looking for it to go up about 46%. So what do we do for this? We take a Fibonacci for our measure move. We'll take them from both of them because I don't want to discount that wick. That's price information that we need to know. So I just got my measure move here, put a fib on it, take it to the 50%. Wrong line. Take it down to the 50% mark. And that measure move would take us up to the 0.27. That I got confidence on. I can deal with that. I can look and see that as being a very reasonable target. So we got Fibonacci confluence there. So we got that measure move. And we'll put that for a Flissigel flag. Can't spell. And then let's go with the crazy measure move. Let's take that whole wick. All right, so I'm gonna put my Fibonacci up there, and then I'm gonna pull it down to the 50%. And wow, I got my Fibonacci from bottom to wick there. I just want to mark this little zone up here. I'm partial to my 2 7s. If you don't have those on your fib line, add them and play around with it. So measure move there would take us here, which is basically right back up to the top of that wick. I can see that. That makes perfect sense to me. And valid. So those are more likely to be more accurate for a measure move. So we got that as a secondary measure move there. That's from the wick. Versus we're going to the moon. So this could be an experiment where we just label this measure move, and we'll go flag and just put full move. And then over the course of time of these next few weeks, this is on the weekly chart, by the way. Yeah, this is going to take a while. It does look like he wants to do something though. I'll give you that on the weekly. A little bit of a headache down here for TOMO. I need to see where our 200 movement average is. Don't have enough price information. Let's come down to the daily. Nice, we're above it on the daily. Hey, that's bullish. Getting ready to cross over the 800. It's already crossed over the 3 and the 6.6, and they're getting ready to line up. And things are starting to line up, getting orders. Just got this as a trend line. Things are starting to line up on several of these altcoins. So that's kind of contradictory to what we're seeing in total 3 at the moment, the index for altcoins. So to me, I'm taking these are being very strong coins, and yeah, I'll agree. The momentum is behind them as this stuff is starting to come around. Now, this one's got this is Lucy's moving average. It's a big moving average, and it's it's still a little bit down. So it makes perfect sense that we just kind of range around these prices for a little bit. 213, 252, really more realistically what I'm seeing for shorter term. And eventually, up to the $3 area. What are we looking at percentage wise? That's a 46%, 50% to that first target at 213. You can't argue with that. That's great. And 250 for the secondary measure move. Back up to the top wick there. That's pretty awesome. And to the Moon Boy measure move, which I think most people will put out there, which it can eventually, it will, because look, we're right up here to the toppy areas, but it's gonna be a struggle, and it's gonna be a while, in my personal opinion. Now maybe tomorrow, maybe we'll go straight there tomorrow. I don't know, but that's a good move. It's 154%. Overall, things are looking bullish for TOMO. So accumulation area, I mean, this is probably the last chance. You just have to look at the smaller time frames, and the 4-hour pretty much says it. She's looking pretty juicy. Possibility come back to 132, but so we got these things. They are just all tight, and that can go good and that can go bad. So I want to take a quick look here and make sure they're not in danger of going the wrong way, because I mean, we're at a pivot point on moving averages when they get just like here. And it appears it's still got some work to do. 200's got to do some coming up on these other two moving averages. But the 200 moving average is sitting at $1.26 now. If it can get up to the $1.31 level, that will be a push up. That will be awesome. So overall, it does look bullish, but when they get really squeezed together like that, I want to take a real close look to make sure they're not going to flip. And so far it's showing signs that it should be going to the upside. Smaller time frames will also give you a clue. Look on the smaller time frame, see how they're fanning out. They're lining up perfectly, doing exactly what they're supposed to. So it should give a push to the upside here. So cool. TOMO, if not in it, I don't know if I'm that sounds horrible. I'm pretty sure that I'm not in TOMO, but should I be? So that's the current trend line that we're on, short term. TOMO has been around, so it was around the last market. So last bull market, I mean, it went from some small prices, 34 cents or whatever, to what, 380. So it did a 10x. It looks very, that would suck if my TA here on the weekly was for the whole bull market. And it just only goes up to $3. That would suck. Oh gosh, that's the scary thing about the weekly chart when you think about it. Adds a little realism. What if it only reaches up to $4.88? I think this is one I really need to look at the tokenomics. I'm getting the feeling that maybe this one has a lot of coinage. And I can't find coin market cap. Where are you? There you are. So TOMO, I mean a 10x. We're really looking for those 20x's, 50x's, 100x's for altcoins. I mean, that's what I want. It's $1.38 right now. It doesn't have that huge amount. It's 100 million. Most of them are circulating. Most of them are out now. Okay, well that's better. CoinMarketCap will tell me what it does. It's on a lot of exchanges, pages and pages of this, so you should be able to find this real easy, almost everywhere. So that's also good. TOMO Chain news 3 days ago. Platform TOMO Chain, and this is probably where everybody's talking about it now. And DWF Labs pioneering the Web3 frontier. What is TOMO Chain? Released in December 2018, is a project that attempts to improve the scalability of the Ethereum network. Like we don't have an overabundance of that. This is primarily done by increasing its transactions per second capability. And so the eventual goal of the project is to build a blockchain infrastructure of decentralized apps and improve integration and security. TOMO Chain's solution is to offer smart contract scalability, a task that requires solving blockchain. Yeah, okay, so it sounds like this is a layer 2 to me. Yeah, I mean, it's got some gains. It'll make some gains. Weekly looks to be getting the green light a week ago here. Not for me though. Not one that it doesn't ring my personal bell. It just doesn't. And this line right here is going to give it a hiccup too. So I don't see it getting above $2.50 for a while, and might be a nice little trade, but you know, it doesn't do it for me. Gris says, I don't see a use for TOMO, honestly. Yeah, I don't either. And so I think that's why I like weeding through some of these projects, because sometimes, you know, as a swing trader and an analyst, you know, we're looking mostly at the charts, and that's great. We need to do that. It shows us a lot of information comes through the charts, but it doesn't give us a use case. And that's a backbone of what I want to get. I want all my projects to have a good use case. I'm DGing into some of them that don't, but I know what I'm getting into. But for the bulk of my bags, I want to work for me for this bull market. Yeah, I want a I want a decent use case, a sellable use case, and preferably one that actually would really do something and really make some changes. Because the ones that solve problems are the ones that's going to get all the money. Those are the ones that are going to make you rich. The other ones will just kind of entice you in, give you the hope for making rich in a quick buck, and then it goes to zero, or it goes really close, and that's not a fun ride. So the road dog does not want to go down that road. Trigger says, I do. To make money and dump. I need to spend more time on my little chat thing. It goes up and down too fast. Strega says, in and out, treat it like a dealership. I like that. Don't date it, don't hate it, just trade it. When you watch Run to Zero, you'll see how they set up the rug. It says, Grizz, that was old time. All right, it is 12:30. It is way past, well, it's not past my bedtime, but just time to cut the stream. And I think there's still a couple of coins on this list, but a lot of these, the bad thing is for some of the places that we get some of these picks, and I have to be mindful of it, when we see things that are trending, well, I mean, they're trending for a reason. And I don't want to get too far. I want to actually look at them and just kind of point out a lot of them that, hey, not the greatest time to buy these right now. We want to buy everything when they're down, or right when they're getting ready to pop off, not after they already went. So, but a lot of the things that you see, even on token metrics, there with, you know, if you look at the trading coins, it's the ones that are already popped off. So, I mean, for a lot of those, you can just go over to your index here or whatever on your exchange and see what's popping off, right? That was one of the strategies explained to me. That you go over to CoinGecko or go over to, well, they mostly Binance at the time. Go over there and then look and see how things are looking out. And if you get days where you have double-digit green days, is how Chris explained it. That was one of his first strategies that got him, pre-trading group, to his level of wealth, which is going in on double-digit green days and finding the coins that were moving and jumping in. And that was the strategy, the altcoin strategy. So always looking to see what it looks like on the market. Of course, it helps if you're actually looking on some of the higher ranking coins instead of some of the just. We always know the crap coins are always going to have some of the stuff like this, but the next day they're down. You know, can be down just as much. So I think I would go to main and do that here. It would probably be your safest bet. I think that has one of the main coins here. And not so much a double-digit green day today. And now the double-digit red days were the buy days. Not so much a double-digit red day either. Although if you look on all the poo coins, there are some double-digit. Hey, look, there's Peppy God. How many Peppy coins do we have now? All right, guys. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you hanging out with me. And Chris, Strega, and Grizz, man, you guys are troopers, man. And hopefully, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Good night, everybody. God bless you.
Good night, John boy.
Good night, Strega.